allows people, hopefully, to understand the power they have to change their own lives.
And so I had a lot of great teachers, as we all do. I mean, old boyfriends are some of the best teachers. I was overwhelmed because somebody remembered that we existed and somebody cared enough in the middle of the night to come to our house. And it'll take more than you alone to pull 40 million Americans out of poverty, but who will you be if you don't care enough to try? Thank you, Reese. Every single person who ever came on my show, and I hear there's like 37,000 guests I've talked to, a lot of them came from dysfunction and a lot of them wouldn't appear to be teachers, but every one of them had something to say that was meaningful and valuable and that I could use to grow myself into the best of myself, which is what all of our jobs are. Your number one job is to become more of yourself and to grow yourself into the best of yourself. And so I had a lot of great teachers, as we all do. I mean, old boyfriends are some of the best teachers. Woo, boy, I got a doctorate degree for one. I'll tell you about that later. But authentic power is when the personality, your personality, comes to serve the energy of your soul. When you are able to align who you are, who you've become in the world, with really what you've come to do in the world, when your personality serves the soul. There is no one else in creation like you. There's nobody like you. And what you've come to do and what you have to offer is like no other, even if they're all doing the same thing. I met a bunch of people today majoring in human biology. I go, ooh, a lot of human biologists coming out of Stanford. And understanding that what you have to offer, what you've come to give to the planet, is your gift, your offering in a way that nobody else can, and how much that matters. It matters to you, it matters to the people that you love, and it matters to our planet that you are here. You can't personally stop anybody from walking into a school with an assault rifle, nor can you single-handedly ensure that the rights that your mothers and your grandmothers fought so hard for will be preserved for the daughters that you may someday have. And it'll take more than you alone to pull 40 million Americans out of poverty, but who will you be if you don't care enough to try? Because to somebody who's hurting, something is everything. The best Christmas I ever had was when I was 12 years old. My mother was on welfare. I was living with my mother and a half-brother and sister in Milwaukee. My mother called me, the oldest, to say, we won't be having Christmas this year. I said, we won't be having Christmas. What about Santa Claus? I was embarrassed and I was ashamed. I had to face the reality that, yeah, what I've been suspecting, that we're not like the other kids, that we really are poor, is true. So we're not gonna have Christmas and there is no Santa Claus. My first thought, after being embarrassed and ashamed, was what will my story be? What am I gonna tell everybody when we go back to school and they're showing their toys and I don't have anything to talk about? What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna go outside tomorrow when everybody's out in the yards, in their yards, showing the toys they got for Christmas. I'm gonna stay inside. Am I gonna pretend I'm sick? What is my story going to be? Well, late that night, some nuns showed up at our house and they brought a basket of food, and they brought toys for my brother and my sister. And I was overwhelmed with joy that those nuns showed up, not because they brought me a Tammy doll when I really wanted a Barbie doll. I was overwhelmed because somebody remembered that we existed and somebody cared enough in the middle of the night to come to our house with food and toys. And also, I would now have a story. I used to be one of those people who had the disease to please. I said yes many times when I knew I should have been saying no, and then I would be mad at myself for saying yes. Anybody ever done that? You say yes, then you're mad when they come back again. Because when you say yes, when you really mean no, people follow the intention of the yes. Because why do you say yes? You say yes because you don't want the person to be upset with you. They're not. You don't want the person to be angry. You want the person to think you're nice. They do. And that is why they keep coming back. I couldn't understand it. I just gave you some money. And now you are back. Oh, that's because I didn't really state the truth. And so now you think me giving you the money meant I wanted to give you the money, and that's why you're back asking me for some more. So I tested this principle of intention when I first came to discover it in Gary Zukav's book, Seed of the Soul. I was saying, I'm gonna see if that intention thing will work for this disease to please, because people are always bothering me. So this is what I learned through intention. Nothing is showing up in your life that you didn't order there. If it's there because you needed to see it.